We have a lot of show to get to. No time to screw around. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's starting to sound like an industrial accident in here. And that's really no way to start a show, but thank you for that. There was some joy in there, I heard. And a lot of rage. I also heard physical pain from people. You know, I wish that all that excitement was for me, but I really believe some of that excitement is also for the Los Angeles Lakers. I believe that I can't take it all for myself. Thank you. I think it's 70% for me and 30% Lakers. I really do. Of course, today was the Lakers victory parade. That was a big story. Thousands of people crowded downtown Los Angeles, which clogged streets and held up traffic all over the city. That's amazing, yeah. Officials say it was the worst traffic jam in Los Angeles since yesterday. It's every day. This is interesting. Before the Laker parade started, guard Derek Fisher asked fans to behave responsibly, which is cool, yeah. Yeah, then Fisher was dragged to an alley and had his pants stolen, which is, I guess, people went crazy. If you have his pants, please return them. He wants his pants back. Other things going on in the world, hard to believe, but the eyes of the world also on Iran right now. Yep, people are suspecting that Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's re-election may have been a sham because he's claiming he won by a 2-to-1 margin. Yep. Yeah, they're also suspicious of Ahmadinejad's claim that he's dating Megan Fox. I hope he is. More fallout from the bad economy. I couldn't believe this. The bad economy is affecting the numbers of available jobs, so many new college graduates are choosing to spend a year volunteering at a non-profit organization. Yeah, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, these non-profit organizations include Chrysler and GM, which is, yeah, which I thought, yeah. And NBC, I believe, is in there, too. We're in the toilet. President Obama hard at work on the health care situation. He's working hard on it. Yep, President Obama's... His new health care bill proposal is so expensive, though, Democrats are looking for ways to trim it back. Yeah. Yeah, one plan is so drastic it will only offer coverage for John and Kate plus 3. You'll get your money back if you want it. It's been reported that Twitter usage is up a staggering 1,300% since last year. 1,300%. Yeah, folks, it's hard to imagine that just 1 year ago, most of us had no idea what Wilmer Valderrama was having for lunch. Now, we know. No. I accept your judgment on that one. I offer you many wares. You pick and choose. You're free to send some soup back if you don't like it. Oh, you'll like this. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner, who is 83 years old. Hugh Hefner's 83 years old. Well, he's now dating twin sisters, but he says he's having trouble telling the twins apart. Yeah. Yeah, no one has the heart to tell Hefner that they're actually matching table lamps. So you like that one, eh? All right, then. I see how it's going tonight. Cool story the other day in Alaska. A 6-year-old girl caught a 138-pound fish. Isn't that cool? Witnesses say they've never seen such an excited little girl or such an embarrassed, weak-ass fish. Little California story for you. Yeah, a restaurant in California recently had a competitive eating contest, and the winner was the person who could eat a 5-pound burrito. Yeah. Yeah, the loser, anyone who lives near the guy who won. And then I got to mention this. It's been reported that yesterday, PBS agreed to ban its stations from airing TV programs with any religious content. Yeah. As a result, PBS had to cancel an episode of Sesame Street where Bert circumcises Ernie. La Bamba went crazy for that one.
I'm left wondering, is he a fan of Bert and Ernie or circumcision?
I don't know. Maybe all of them.
Maybe all of it.
All three, yeah. I hit the jackpot with that one. Yesterday. Come on. Yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great moment there, yeah. I don't know if you saw this. Yesterday during a television interview at the White House, President Obama, this is weird, he spotted a fly in the room, and he stopped the interview to sort of track and kill the fly. Some people found the footage of this disturbing. Why don't you judge for yourself? Take a look.
Hey, get out of here.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
He could do that. That man does it all. He's incredible. Let me talk about something that's been going on this week on the Tonight Show. Monday night, I showed some video of my visit to a celebrity wax figure auction, and yeah, there were hundreds of wax figures there of celebrities, all of them. Well, I don't want to be mean, but they were just subpar. These are not the best wax figures you've ever seen. A little hard with some of them to tell who's who. Anyway, I was intrigued, so I ended up buying 2 of the wax figures. One of them I call the Fonz finishing up at a urinal, because he has a weird pose, yeah. And then this particularly creepy, sort of stalkery statue of Tom Cruise that really had us freaked out. Yeah. So that was Monday night. Now, Tuesday night, I showed these statues off to our live studio audience. We showed them here. Let's take a look at that. I was told just minutes ago that Fonzie and Tom are still here somewhere in this building. I think he's headed to the men's room. Okay, well, wait a minute. There's Fonzie at the urinal. Where is Tom? I have no idea. Ah! That is so scary to me. That was last night. Having some fun. Well, just about an hour before the program tonight, I was told that Tom Cruise and the Fonz at a urinal statues, they left our studio without permission. They left the studio. Yeah, I was shocked too, and they are somewhere out in the streets of Los Angeles. So if you see them out there, let us know. I don't know where they are, and if we hear anything, we'll let you know, okay? All right, well, moving on anyway. As I did mention, the big parade for the Lakers took place this morning in downtown Los Angeles. Thousands of fans showed up. It was a moving tribute to this great team. Here's a clip. That was really stupid.
Today really was about the Lakers, because you notice no one was bothering Fonzie.
I know, no one went near them.
We're just
That's
all
how
Lakers
big the
fans
Lakers
today,
are.
yeah.
Yes. Well, of course, it's a big night here on the Tonight Show. We're thrilled. We are having Kobe Bryant, the MVP of the NBA Finals, here. It's very exciting. Yeah. This is a big event, and we thought we should do something special tonight. Now, of course, I've mentioned this many times before. We have a beautiful, fantastic studio, but I thought this is so special, we should dress it up for Kobe Bryant a little bit. We should do something. We should take it up a notch. Don't you believe we should take it up a notch? So earlier today, I saw something I thought should do the trick. This is a true story. They have a lot of weird props here at the Universal lot, and they're just stashed here and there. And today, I'm parking my car. I drive in through the gate, and I'm parking my car, and I saw this really cool-looking statue in the alley behind our studio. Can we get a shot of it, Alan? It's right. Look at this thing. It's huge. It is. It must be like 25 feet high, this thing, if you stood it up. And I was looking at it, and I don't know who this thing belongs to. I don't know what it's being used for. It's probably for a movie or a TV show or something. I thought it might be cool if I could get it into the studio and set it up and make Kobe feel like a king tonight. Just set it up in here in the studio. It might be kind of a cool thing. You want to see that happen? Should we go get it? Incredible. It's amazing. What's that? Kobe just canceled. Oh. I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see this at home, but people are getting up and leaving right now. Well, then I'm getting out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're thrilled. Captain and MVP of the world champion Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant's on the program tonight. Our second guest played Captain James T. Kirk. Emmy award-winning actor William Shatner's on the program. And musical guest Incubus. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the goods tonight. You got your Max Weinberg, the Tonight Show band. More show coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You don't want to miss a second of this show. Actually, a minute. I thought that we go to all the trouble of getting this, and our director keeps trying to get these upskirt shots. I haven't seen La Bamba this excited since the Bert and Ernie joke. Seriously, do we know who this belongs to? We're just taking stuff from the Universal lot. We'll get a phone call. We'll get a phone call. Let's switch our focus for just a moment to, well, big matters going on in the world. A lot of attention right now in the Middle East. Huge protests over the election in Iran. And plus, I don't know if you heard this, Israel has just made a new offer for a two-state solution with the Palestinians. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of exciting news, people riveted by this. In fact, it's so exciting that I found out NBC's already producing a made-for-TV movie about these latest events. Yeah, this is big. They've actually won woo out of 380 people. That's great. That's okay. That works out to be just about right. They've actually just... They actually just finished casting the film, and it's supposed to be a secret, but I got a sneak peek at the cast list, and I thought maybe I'd share it with you. Do you want to hear who's going to be in this thing? Great. Thank you. What about you, Egyptian god? Yes. The pervert Egyptian god wants to hear, too. First up, President Barack Obama, this is great, is going to be played by Yankee star Alex Rodriguez. We're all very excited about that. Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, will be played by George Takei of Star Trek fame. Yeah. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad will be played by Ringo Starr. We're all happy about that. Peace and love, peace and love. I love you too, ma'am. My mom made it. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be played by Mel Brooks. That's good news. Excited about that. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad will be played by Larry Bird. This is exciting stuff. He's coming out of retirement to do that role. State Department spokesman Ian Kelly will be played by the kid from A Christmas Story. Ralphie's working again. U.S. Middle East peace envoy George Mitchell will be played by the old man from the American Gothic painting. Ahmadinejad's opponent, Moshe Resny, will be played by Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's good. Yeah. Frylock. Former President Jimmy Carter, this is a big role, will be played by Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. How dare you boo me? They look a lot, they look the same. Yes,
I know, we stole a statue for these people.
Yes.
Now they're booing us.
I committed a crime. I stole a 25-foot statue for you. And you boo me. Don't stop cutting to his crotch, for God's sake.
I know, you should have to pay extra for that.
Exactly, yeah. Soviet Prime Minister Vladimir Putin will be played by the Harry Potter character Dobby. Oh, I see. Just don't make fun of the USA. I get it. Iran's Ayatollah Khamenei will be played by Papa Smurf. Yeah, that's going to be... And finally, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will once again be played by Chucky. And I thought... We all good? Yes. I think we're all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break. When we come back, Kobe Bryant will be here. We'll see you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, this past Sunday, my first guest led the Los Angeles Lakers to their 15th NBA championship, this time against the Orlando Magic. Please welcome team captain and finals MVP, Kobe Bryant. to talk about. First of all, he'd do well in the NBA, this guy right here.
That's straight out of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, very impressive. So much to talk about. First of all, congratulations. This is your personal 4th title win.
Yeah.
But my first question is, you have said, you've gone on record as saying you wanted this one so badly. Right. It almost felt that this one meant more to you than any of the other championships. Yeah. Why?
Well, because it's so much harder, once we've been fortunate enough to win 3 championships, right? So then we went through a rebuilding process, and it's very tough to get back up to that mountain again, because some people don't get there in a lifetime.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why Derek Fisher and I both were just so fortunate to be in this position again. So it's like, okay, we're here. Let's make the most of it. Let's not let this slip away like we did last year.
And well, last year also that probably gave you this added intensity. The loss of the Celtics. I got the impression you guys left that last game, and said, "What are we going to do about next year?"
No, absolutely. We left that series saying we lost to a better defensive team, and so we had our focus for the summer. We knew what we had to do. We knew what we had to change. But still, you have goals in mind, and it feels incredible to have that goal, and then to see all the work. All the dreams coming to fruition. It's awesome.
Well, talk about intensity. Let's talk about your game face. A lot of people talking about the Kobe Bryant. We have a picture here, and you kept this face. You kept that face throughout the entire, all the finals. You kept that face going, and I got the impression that you would take that face home at night, eat ice cream with that face, Everything you were doing. You'd watch SpongeBob with that face. This was just intense for you.
Man, you don't understand, how much I wanted this thing,
yes,
though.
Yes, I can imagine.
And when you play, all your emotions just pour out. And the face. The face happens.
Good face.
You know what I mean?
You were showing this to people. You came here to the show, you showed up a little early, and you were showing people that you dislocated your finger, which I guess was a secret?
Well,
was it something you weren't talking about?
No, it's not a secret. We were, talking about workout regimens and things like that and push-ups, and I just can't do that stuff anymore because I dislocated this finger. This is the second time I did it this season. In Game 5 against Orlando, it just completely popped out of its socket. So my finger looked like the letter S. It was crazy. And, our trainer, Gary Vitti, went back to the bench, popped it back in place.
I can't believe it when they do that. There's no talk show equivalent to that, Yeah. In my business, do you know what I mean? Like, my hair doesn't pop out at some point, and I run to the side, and they put it back in. When I see that on television, that's when I think, okay, that guy's different than me, that you could do that. I would be shrieking and screaming.
But you know what, though? It's like I said, you have this goal in mind, you got to get it done. By any means necessary, you got to get it done. And it hurt like hell, though.
I can imagine.
I'm not even going, I'm not going to lie. I'm not like this big tough guy. I'll sit on the bench like, oh my God, this thing hurts. But you got to be tough, though.
So at least half the game face was pure pain.
Oh man, let me tell you something. That whole face in the Game 5 was all just, man, this thing hurts. Get this thing over with.
I can only imagine what it's like to win an NBA championship. But is there part of you that thinks it would have been so much sweeter to do that in the Staples Center with your own people there? Or do you make your peace with that?
Yeah, it definitely would have been more fun.
Yeah.
Because then it's more of a celebration. They drop the confetti, the crowd stays, everybody goes crazy.
They don't do that when you're in the losing city.
Not at all. Not at all.
Confetti.
Not at all. All we heard was sounds of silence.
Yeah.
That was
Crickets,
it. But there was a lot of Laker fans there, and they all stayed and cheered and chanted, and that felt good.
I have to ask you one thing, and it's about playing for the Lakers. One of the great, there are a lot of celebrities there, but one of the great film icons of all time, Jack Nicholson, is there at a lot of games watching you play. Yeah. And I'm just curious, but how do you... I could not do my job if Jack Nicholson was sitting a few feet away staring at me. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
Does that get into your head ever? Do you ever think I just missed that layup and Jack Nicholson saw?
No. When I first got here, I'm looking around the stands. I'm like, damn, that's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, that's Denzel. Like, what the? You know what I mean? But now, he's just part of the ambiance.
Does he ever get in? Does he ever talk to you? Does he ever call you up at night and say, what's going on?
No, he doesn't do that. But what he does do is, like, sometimes when I'm taking the ball out of bounds, I just hear somebody just completely just cursing the referees out. He's just laying into him.
Yeah.
And I peek down, and it's Jack. Right? But the shades never come off, though. The shades stay on. So he's got the sunglasses on, and he's just laying into him, man. It's great.
He thinks that way they don't know who he is.
Right, yeah.
I'm not Jack Nicholson. You can't. We got to take a break. More with Kobe Bryant in just a second. Stick around. We'll be right back. Kobe Bryant. There was a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk in the news media and the press. People really, a lot of people really wanted to see a Kobe match up with LeBron. And I don't know. How did you personally feel about that? Were you kind of happy that didn't happen? Were you looking forward to that?
Right. Yeah, I was looking forward to it from the standpoint of LeBron and I are good friends. As everybody in the Olympic team that we played together, we're all like brothers. So I wanted to see him do well as Dwight. So I was sad from that standpoint, but I was just happy just to be in that position to get an opportunity to win. I didn't care who. We could have played aliens from Mars, man. I would have been happy about that.
Those aliens are very good.
Hey, if they're built like that, man,
yes,
we're in
they're
trouble.
all like that. Let me ask you about Coach Phil Jackson. You hear all these things about Phil Jackson. At least I hear these things that he's got this Zen mentality and he tries to get the team to meditate. And I think, I don't know how much of that is just rumor, how much of it's real. Does he really try and get you guys to meditate? Or
that is 100% true.
He does?
Absolutely.
Because the image that I've always had growing up is you guys are going to get out there and fight.
Yeah, no,
and then there's this guy that's saying, accept to your inner pieces.
Yeah. But that's very different. Man, there are a lot of coaches that are like that, that really get into the players, and Phil's not one of them. I mean, we'll sit there before the game, and we'll all sit in, like before Game 4, we sat in the locker room, and he said, okay, let's just sit. Let's have a moment of silence. You're a frog on a lily pad. I'm serious. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making. You cannot make this stuff up.
Before Game 4, he said you're a frog on a lily pad?
Yeah, ask him about it. Ask him about it. So, we get our correct posture and we sit there. We start doing all this stuff. This is before Game 4 in the NBA Finals now. And I do this. and everybody else, all my teammates are looking at me like, man, is he doing this stuff? So I close my eyes.
You know what you should have done, just to mess with him, is on the whistle on that Game 4, whatever, you should have just, at the very start of that Game 4, you all just, on your team, should have sat down like frogs on a lily pad. It would have freaked him out. Play!
Yeah, he probably...
Phil, you told us.
He probably would have cursed us out there.
Yeah, I imagine he would. Okay, you got to help me with one thing, which is I've moved to this town, okay? Yeah. And I moved from the East Coast, and I'm a Los Angeles resident now. And my seats, and I showed this a couple of weeks ago, my Lakers seats, I want to show you my Lakers seats. Take a look and see if you think this is where I should be. There's Jack, there's the gang. Check this out. Does that look right to you? Does that look right to you? Can you help me out at all, please?
That's a touch harsh, man. But you know what? You could probably get Fonzie and Tom Cruise to get you some tickets. They'll walk you right in, man. Right courtside, man.
I'm going to walk in. I'm going to put those things on wheels and walk in with them.
They have front seats to the parade. I'm sure they can get it to the Staples
We're going to take good care of it. Now, I understand, before we wrap things up here, that you brought something.
Absolutely. I brought you something to welcome you to the great city of Los Angeles. From me to you.
Whoa. Those are signed. What are these?
These are my game shoes.
These are your game shoes?
These are my game shoes.
These are actual game shoes?
Actual game shoes. And don't worry,
yes, they are.
My feet smell incredible. Don't even worry about it.
Those are game. Oh, yeah. That is.
So that's just from me to you, man. Welcome you to Los Angeles, man.
I'm just going to put them a little far away over here.
Hey, and I know you're from Boston, so I hope people from Boston don't give you too much crap for that.
No, I know. You were very nice to me anyway. I appreciate that you got over the whole Boston thing.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
Absolute thrill. I never met you before. It's a thrill to meet you. A thrill to have you on The Tonight Show. And congratulations. Kobe Bryant, everybody. Thanks so much. Kobe Bryant, we'll be right back. William Shatner's here. Stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. My next guest is an Emmy Award-winning actor who played Captain James T. Kirk. He's also an author, and his latest book, Up Till Now, the autobiography, is in stores at this very moment. Please welcome William Shatner.
This is different.
Yes,
This
yes.
is different.
It's nice. Well, nice little place here. How are you?
So well.
Thank you
And you've
for
made
coming on the
this
program.
big change from the
Yes,
East
yes,
Coast
from a
to West
man to a
Coast.
woman. Oh, the other change, yes.
No,
from the
yeah.
East Coast to the West Coast.
I know.
Yes,
I know
yes.
the whole band came out.
Band came out. Andy's here. We're all, we got the furniture with the fake window.
Unbelievable. I mean,
It's a big adjustment to go from the East Coast
and
to the
then
West Coast.
prior to coming, you had to go back and forth and back and forth. Getting through security and all that kind of thing. It's
They
awful.
let me right in. What are you talking about?
They let
Conan
you
O'Brien. Yeah, they get right through security. What are you talking about?
I go in. I set off the alarms right off. I got a hip.
You do. You have the metal in the hip. I
so they
see.
examine me.
Well,
They wand me. I'm there. There's thousands of people, and I'm like this, and they're wanding my ankles. They stand me up. They open, peel back your belt. They put your
are you
hand.
sure? What are you doing? What are you?
I'm telling you what.
Who
the
are these security people?
I mean,
Are you sure these are security people? I think these are perverts that rented a costume. They're violating you.
Just awful. I've gone across the country in every which way. I've hitchhiked.
You've hitchhiked across the country?
Across the country.
William Shatner hitchhiked?
I was a McGill student. I was with a buddy, a student graduating from high school to college, and we were two McGill students holding a sign. Two McGill students. Other guy seeing the U.S. We went all the way across down Washington over to San Francisco. I ended up sleeping on the beach at Santa Barbara.
Really?
Yeah, and it was and the train lines come right close to the beach in Santa Barbara, and I was in a sleeping bag, sleeping on the beach, and I had to go pee, and I got up out of my bag, and I walked some distance away, and I.
You don't have to mime what you're doing next. We
this
know,
is just an
know.
instinctive gesture like this.
Okay, whatever.
And as I'm standing there, the
You got
train.
your hand way far out there, Bill. So I had to go to the bathroom, and what is that all about?
Well, I had to do that.
Yes, okay, well.
And so the
my hat's
train.
off to you, yeah.
I hope that's all. And the train came by.
The train came by.
And stopped. And I'm standing there, and there's a window right in front of me. It's blocked with blinds. And suddenly the blind went up, and a beautiful lady, naked.
What?
Leans forward and looks out to see where she is, and we're looking eye to eye. And then the blinds came down, and the train went off, and I'm standing there.
Yeah. Did this happen?
So I waved goodbye.
No. No more of your filth.
And I've driven across country.
You've driven across the country.
I have driven across country. I've driven in a truck. I've driven in a car. I've driven fast. I've driven slow.
Now, let me ask you something. I have driven this great country of ours several times.
Yes.
And I have a tendency when I hit the western states, and I think I'm alone.
Yeah.
You can really go pretty fast.
You can rip it.
Yeah.
I ripped it once.
And what happened?
Well, it so happens I was on my way to location. It was early in the morning, and I was on my way to location. I thought I'd save a half hour by wearing the Captain Kirk outfit.
Because that way, if you
Well,
get...
I could cut the wardrobe time down by half an hour. I could sleep in.
So you're driving
I
and...
took the costume home at night. I put it on in the morning, and I'm driving 100 miles an hour. And I'm going out 101, 4 o'clock in the morning.
A police car.
How did you know?
It could have been a guy going... So I have to...
At 100 miles an hour, I don't think. Hey, the cop stops me, comes out, says, where do you think you're going? So I know. You got to get out of the car and be subservient. Be, whatever the opposite is to alpha dog.
Yeah.
You can't be. So I get out. I'm in my wardrobe. I'm in my Captain Kirk house. He says, where are you going? I said, to my spaceship. Anything else? And I turned on my heel and I walked back to my car.
What did he do?
I looked back, and he went, the Vulcan, there you go.
Wait, you can't do it? You're Captain James T. Kirk.
I know, but
What is this? And you're like, oh, hold on, I'll be right with you. Hold on, Spock, I'll be with you.
Wait a minute.
Here we go, Spock.
Wait
Hold
a
on,
minute.
Spock.
You've got to wait a minute.
Yes?
You have to wait a minute.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I don't do that. The other guy does that.
I know, but still, he's your best friend. You've
I
gone
know,
to the
but-
other end of the galaxy
Well,
with
you
him.
don't have to do everything your best friend
Well,
does.
you're doing this.
I know, but it's
What
all...
you're doing is giving him the finger behind the Vulcan grip. Ridiculous. Ladies and
Anyway,
gentlemen,
I've got a book
we've got a book. I was going to
and I've got a comic.
Listen, I'm going to get through all your plugs, and I have to
No,
start
you're
now
not.
because this is going to take 4 minutes.
Okay.
Up till now, the autobiography is now available in paperback. Terrific stories in here. Get this book. William Shatner presents
books.
The Tech War Chronicles. Comes out June
Next week.
24th, June 24th. And your talk show, Shatner's Raw Nerve, I've yet to be invited, airs
On the bio.
on the Biography
No.
channel.
Bio.
It says Biography channel.
They wanted me to say bio. Biography channel is what it's on, but they wanted me to say bio.
Relax.
And I would love...
Relax. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? William Shatner, we'll be right back. Incubus is here. Stick around. Monuments and Melodies is a collection of hits, rarities, and new recordings by my next guest, whose summer tour brings them to the Hollywood Bowl on July 13th. Please welcome Incubus.
Walking alone tonight, 'cause I've only got room for two. Me and my burdened black heart, it's all we know how to do. It's I look for a bigger bang than the kind I continually see. Sick of all this inertia, I want to human being. Lover, can you help me? I'm a child lost in the woods. A black heart pollutes me. And I think you're a mountain that I'd like to climb. Not to conquer, but to share in the view. Pulled by a false inertia, pushed out by circumstance, a pistol firing at my feet that's coercing me to death. I look for a bigger bang than the kind I'm sorry to know. Here I am, first foot of the climb. Watch me go. Lover, can you help me? I'm a child lost in the woods. A its path eludes me. And I think you're a mountain that I'd like to climb. Not to conquer, but to share in the view. You're a bonfire, and I'm getting sent it away. Sets in a flame, sent it away. Sets in a flame, sent it away. Sets in a flame, sent it away.
Yeah! Hey, killer, thank you. That was great. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much. Incubus, that's our show. I want to thank my guests, Kobe Bryant, William Shatner, Andy Richter, Max Weinberg, The Tonight Show Band, Jim for Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye.